Welcome back. You're listening to Find It Extra on talkSPORT 2. Myself, Ade Oladipo, the great Gareth A. Davis. Don't forget, live boxing returns to talkSPORT this Saturday as Denzel Bentley defends his British middleweight title against Nathan Heaney. That's at the Manchester Arena. Our team of the night includes presenters Adam Catchell, Gareth A. Davis, and former champions Spencer Oliver and Carl Froch. And commentating on the event will be John Rawlin. All right, I like this, the Magnificent Seven. I said at the top of the show, I think it's Frank's best card. And what I meant was domestically. Obviously, it's not as good as what we saw in Saudi. But domestically, this is an unbelievably good card. And credit to Frank for putting this on, because I think we've seen... I've always felt like everyone's spreading themselves thin over here, whether it be DAZN, Boxer, Wasserman, just to make sure they continually put on cards. And I think this is probably the thickest card we've seen domestically for a while.
Yeah, I mean, you might say that Bentley against Nathan Heaney is that Heaney's slightly overmatched, but when you look down the card, you've got some amazing fights on the card. You've got some brilliant events on it. You've got a showcase of great talents, young talents, emerging talents, women. And Frank's always done this, by the way. He's always developed from the bottom up as well as the top down. You can never say he hasn't done that. And I think this is one of
Never really ladies. Never ladies. Never
general.
really females. He's kind of not done the females, yeah. So that surprises me. It's good. I mean, Hannah Rankin's a good, solid opponent. Good fighter. But it's good that he's now starting to push that as well, I think.
I think he's always tried. Raven Chapman's in his stable as well. I think it's just there aren't that many great females around to promote. And Eddie Hearn has delved into that over the last, 8 years since the emergence of Katie Taylor, and has done a great job of it. Bob Arum's spoken to me about this in the past, the nonagenarian promoter from Top Rank in Las Vegas, with Mia St. John and others. There's been piecemeal stars of women's boxing over a long period of time. Layla Ali covered her early career, covered her against Jackie Frazier Lied, by the way, and I don't think I ever told you about this. Joe Frazier's daughter in a circus tent in Syracuse, New York. An amazing 7 or 8 round fight where they went to it. The old men were there. So there's just been these kind of dotted periods when there's been a little bit of success, and I think we'll see Frank had Nicola Adams, of course, didn't he, after the London 2012 Games? I'm not sure Nicola did massive numbers. Obviously, she's been a very successful person and celebrity since the boxing as well. But no, to go back to the original point, it's a terrific card. Can't wait to be there on Friday and Saturday this week for that, for the weigh-ins and the Manchester Arena. Always great to be there. It's a big fight city, Manchester, and that arena generates an incredible atmosphere.
Yeah, it will. And just to go through some of the names on the card as well, Nick Ball versus Isaac Dogbo, former world champion. That's a great fight, that really is. Eko Usman, who is probably the best welterweight in the country. Harry Scarf gets an opportunity there. Nathaniel Collins, who's a puncher against Zach Miller. Yeah. Solomon Dakers, who's made the switch from Matchroom DAZN, English heavyweight champion. He takes on Michael Webster. So it's a good card. Honestly, it's a good card. It's one of those ones I could watch from top to bottom. And I don't say that about a lot of cards. So yeah, very, very good card that they're putting on. Adam Azim fights this weekend as well. It's gone under the radar a little bit. Richard Riakpor's on that card as well. It's not the best, and I don't want to be too critical because, again, I just said that everyone's cards are thin, but I was looking at the card that Boxer are putting on, and I don't think that's good enough for Sky Sports, if I'm honest with you.
Well, that's your opinion. I mean,
I'm being honest, I don't.
That's your opinion. I mean, Richard Riakpor...
What's yours? You think it's a good card?
It's a test for Adam Azim in his 10th fight against a 33-fight veteran in Franck Petitjean.
Frank
Petitjean. Yeah. But I think Adam Azim is someone I'm very interested in. I mean, it's not a big card. It doesn't really compete with the Magnificent Seven. I agree with you. But it is it's a small hall card in Wolverhampton. That's really what it is. Headlined by Azim fighting for the European title in his 10th fight. We both expressed our views that Richard Riakpor we'd like to see in a world title. We'd like to have seen him facing Chris Billam-Smith and not Bellew Smith against Masterneck. But this is what they've chosen to do. We aren't the promoters. We can critique it, but we can't do anything about it. The fans and the ticket payers will turn up if they want to. Bellew Smith's popular. He's sold out already. So you can't take that away from them. But I will always keep an eye on Adam Azim because I think he could be one of the stars of the sport. He's got some great skills, and I'm looking forward to it. As I am Thursday night, by the way, and you'll tell me what's going on because you've just remembered.
What's going on Thursday night?
Shakur Stevenson in action.
Oh, you're talking about the great Shakur Stevenson
exactly.
Against Edwin de los Santos.
It's on a Thursday.
That's strange, isn't it, though? Thursday night.
Formula One is going on in Vegas at the weekend, and they're closing off lots of roads on the Strip, so that they've had to do it on a Thursday at the T-Mobile Arena, so people can cross the road, my friend.
Wait a minute. How did you know that I just remembered, out of interest?
Because I can see it in your eyes.
Because I did literally just have a look. Yeah, I literally was looking for it, and I was like, oh, there it is, Shakur. How did you know? Have I got a camera in my room where you can see over my shoulder what I'm looking at? But yeah, Shakur Stevenson.
We call it the Ade Oladipo show.
Certainly, well, and the great Gareth A. Davis. But yeah, Shakur Stevenson in action against De Los Santos. It's supposed to have been Frank Martin, who, for whatever reason, decided he doesn't fancy it. And so it is De Los Santos who, I mean, look, let's hope he can put up a good showing against Shakur Stevenson. It won't be easy because Shakur looks hungry, looks mean. And also, let's not forget as well, Shakur Stevenson, I think I'm correct in saying, could become a free-weight world champion. I mean, did he not win a belt at feather, super feather, and now this is the vacant WBC lightweight title?
Yeah. Well, it wouldn't surprise me if he wins titles at 140 as well as 135. I mean, he's so talented. I mean, I can't get accused of being a Tyson Fury fanboy, which I'm not. I just have a close working relationship. But if I'm a fanboy of anyone, it's probably Shakur Stevenson. I just think he's so talented. I want to see him in. I think he handles Edwin de los Santos, the Dominican, handily. I don't necessarily think he'll stop him. What is he? 20 victories, 10 stoppages, 10 decisions. He's just so skillful. They're both southpaws, by the way, as well, which is interesting. So he'll have to unlock that key. But if Shakur finds a way to get the finish, he'll take it. He's so comfortable in the office. But I want to see him in against Vasyl Lomachenko in the next 12 months. And I'd like to see him in with Gervonta Davis as well. These are super fights, as far as I'm concerned. And this kid is the number one pound for pound. That's where he's headed. That is where he's headed. Yeah, no, agreed. If in 3 or 4 years he's not pound for pound number one on the planet, it's because of him, because he has all the skills, the attributes, the attitude to become the best fighter. And I think you said he could win a title at 140. I think he could even maybe go one more because he physically looks like he could fill out a little bit as well. So I'm looking forward to seeing him on the weekend. All right, you're listening to Thursday. You're listening to Fight Night Extra on talkSPORT 2.